Is the Yamaha XSR700 an outdated naked bike or an overly modern pseudo-retro iron? Or does it maybe sit right in between, in the sweet spot of riding fun, purism and design? At a time when motorbikes are getting more and more electronics, riding modes and sensors, the XSR almost feels old-fashioned. No ride-by-wire, no traction control, no riding modes. On paper, that's a step back. But out on the road, maybe exactly what we're missing. And that's what we want to find out on this tour, riding from Vienna through the Wienerwald to the lovely Wachau with sun, bends and a generous helping of feel-good vibes along the way.
Er ruiniert einfach alles. Einfach alles.
The Yamaha XSR700 is a motorbike that's hard to pigeonhole. It stands somewhere between two worlds. On the one hand, with its liquid-cooled CP2 inline twin-cylinder engine, it's definitely modern, too modern to pass as a true retro bike. Visually, it shows off a mix of classic lines, round headlamp, aluminium tank cover and modern components. And according to Yamaha, the inspiration also comes from the properly classic two-stroke RD350 LC from the early 1980s. Yet even so, at least seen from the outside, I'd call it, with the minimalist bodywork pieces, visible cables, hoses and obviously modern engine cases, at most neo-retro. Yamaha calls it sport heritage. At the same time, if you look at the current naked bikes from the other big manufacturers, it's becoming almost rare to find a bike with a cable throttle and without overflowing electronics. Even in the entry class, traction control and the like are now standard fare. And even within its own model family, alongside the MT-07 and the Tenere 700, the XSR is the last bastion of purism that hasn't yet been given electronic add-ons. Technically speaking, the XSR700 is in a way retro, though that's actually irrelevant because on our relaxed tour it's not about the question retro yes or retro no, but about what it really takes to massage the soul in that very special way only motorbikes can. We're chasing those feel-good vibes. The 689 cubic centimeter parallel twin offers a punchy character that invites you to just cruise. The CP2 even serves up a respectable soundtrack in stock trim, at least by modern sound standards. The engine doesn't feel out of place in enjoyment mode, letting us serenely savor the run towards the Wachau. At the same time, a flick of the wrist is enough and the XSR delivers contemporary shove to the back tire and a hit of happiness hormones to the bloodstream. Unlike many more traditionally retro bikes, throttle response, chassis and even lean angle clearance on the XSR are at a level that allows smooth transitions between cruising, corner chasing and relaxing again in the saddle. It's a retro bike that doesn't really want to be one, and that's exactly where its appeal lies. Of course, it has to be said, other bikes also offer versatile dynamics. What's special about the XSR700 is what it doesn't have. No traction control, no ride-by-wire, no riding modes. For many that might sound like going without, for others it's more like liberation because here you're back on the throttle yourself. Direct, mechanical, unfiltered. The connection between right hand and rear wheel is honest, raw, immediate. You feel that. You feel with every twist, every reaction, that there's simply no electronic filter in between. And this very purism will become rarer in future because even in the retro class, the proper retro class, bikes are increasingly digitalized. For example, all Bonneville's models have lean-sensitive systems from 2026, just like, for instance, the Kawasaki Z900 RS. Maybe the XSR700 is one of the last motorbikes that still cultivates this original character without turning it into a marketing statement. statement. In practice, it looks like this. In the twisties, it immediately shows its strength, handy, playful, light on its feet. The CP2 pulls cleanly, the chassis is stable yet comfortable. And although it offers no electronic aids, it inspires confidence, precisely because you feel it so directly. After the twisty Wienerwald come the golden hills of the Danube region, where the mood shifts from sporty to relaxed. Vineyards, little villages, the Danube glittering in the sun. The uncomplicated, dependable XSR700 is back to its good-natured self and brings those desired feel-good vibes. And the longer you sit on the XSR, the clearer it becomes. It's not a motorbike that's trying to impress you right now. It wins you over through its handling, through its sound, and through its honest character. The engine purrs with a gentle pulse, the clutch is buttery smooth, and the gearbox shifts directly. There's no showy theatrics here, just simple, pure, well-sorted mechanics. And that's exactly what makes it likable. An engine that doesn't try to be more than it actually is. Sure, it has its quirks. The very simple display, for example, or the visual mix of classic and modern, that won't be everyone's cup of tea, no question. But in return, it gives you something many modern as well as retro motorbikes have lost: simplicity. Starting up, ignition on and off you go. In daily use, there's no connectivity, no switching riding modes, and at lean angles, traction control settings simply don't matter. And this calm forms a nicely judged balance to the dynamics on offer. At some point, the day in the saddle of the XSR700 draws to a close and we approach our destination in the Wachau. The pilgrimage site of Maria Tafel, enthroned on a hill, overlooks the blue ribbon of the Danube and our day's tour as well. Despite all the riding fun with the XSR, a proper feel-good tour also needs a fitting supporting program away from the saddle. Good thing Maria Tafel is also home to the Movo Motorcycle Hotel Rose. So we park our quietly ticking machines in front of the hotel in the historic village center and enjoy excellent food, electrolyte drinks, and the breathtaking view from the hotel terrace, from where in clear weather you can see almost half of Austria. Your thoughts circle once more around the tour and the XSR700. It didn't shine with power per se, not with electronics and not with classic retro charm either. Instead, it shone with a lot of feel, with its simplicity and honesty. No matter where today took us with the XSR700, it delivered the best performance without relying on a raft of electronic systems. It's simply honest, direct and unflustered. And maybe that's exactly why it's so special. And who knows, perhaps in a few years' time people will say the XSR700 was one of the last motorbikes that truly felt the way riding once did. Uncomplicated, honest and pure. Which makes it, yes, a bit retro already, combined with a touch of modernity and with loads of feel-good vibes. But what do you reckon? Is purism already retro, basically outdated, or still something to wish for? Pop it in the comments. And while you're at it, leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Check out the other feel-good vibe videos on the Royal Enfield Classic 650 or the Bender Napoleon Bob 250, an absolute exotic on the market. Thanks for watching. We'll no doubt see each other again soon. Take care and bye.
Sicher bald wieder. Pfiat euch und Baba. Das ist einfach aufgemacht, oder wie? Ist gerade kaputt gegangen. Schau, er ruiniert einfach alles. Er muss einfach alles ruinieren.